What a lovely day to start a fresh new Minecraft world. Let's get some wood so we can build a house. Oh? That's right, every single item in my inventory gains a random enchant every second, which means I'll have some pretty stacked items. Anyway, I started the run off by crafting the logs into planks, and quickly realised I had an issue. Every time I crafted an item, it would instantly enchant, which meant that it wouldn't stack with the others unless I was really quick at crafting. Spoiler alert, I'm not. In order to thrive in any Minecraft world, I did what anyone would do, and attempt to mine cobblestone. But that first meant crafting a wooden pickaxe, which I did, using the right amount of blocks to stop my inventory from clogging up. And now I would mine cobblestone. But my pickaxe got enchanted with silk touch already, which meant I was only able to get one piece of cobblestone. This would be another issue. So I crafted another pickaxe and just tried again. I got a little bit more lucky and was able to get more cobblestone than before, which meant I could craft an axe and a pickaxe. I wonder how stacked they will get by the end of this video. And after that was the hunt for food, which I quickly found in the form of a chicken. And because my wooden pickaxe had fire aspect, I didn't even need to craft a furnace. This was good, but the food didn't stack very well in my inventory, so I knew I needed a better way to get a lot of food, and a food source that can stack in one slot. So I needed a village. And luckily, after only a few minutes of exploring, that's exactly what I came across. So I headed that direction and hoped that there would be hay bales there. And there were quite a few hay bales, which was quite nice, and that allowed me to craft a bunch of bread. But I'm not gonna lie, this wasn't as effective as I thought it would be. But at least I could get some iron. A few swings of my pickaxe later, I had acquired 3 pieces of iron, which is going to be very useful for me later on in this video. But for now, it was turning night, so I did what every logical person does, and I stole a villager's bed in order to sleep through the night. And this was when I made my first real mistake, entering a mob-infested area without armour, thinking my tools were strong enough to one-shot the enemies. But luckily, I was able to get out there alive, which meant that I could kill that horse. Now, you might be wondering, Shortcake, why are you killing a horse? They don't help you. Wrong! Killing horses will give me leather, which I can turn into leather armour. I don't really need anything stronger, because they will enchant every second anyway, which means they will eventually become stronger than any other armour in the game. But that meant this took a lot of horses. And after counting up the amount of leather that I had enough to craft myself a chest plate, leggings and boots. And you can see how strong this armour is getting in only a few seconds after crafting them. That's crazy. Whilst exploring, I came across a lava lake, which made me happy, and cows, which meant even more leather and food. And after crafting a leather helmet, I would be unstoppable. The iron finally proved useful, and with my newly acquired bucket, I was able to get some water, which meant that I was able to make a nether portal. Ignore that I messed this one up. Wow, no way! I did it perfectly. What do you mean I messed it up? It looks perfectly fine to me. All jokes aside, I admit, I did have to use a tutorial, because, not gonna lie, I forgot how to do it again. But anyway, after getting all of the obsidian in the right spots, and making sure I remember the bottom 2 blocks as well, it was finally time to enter the nether. But first, I wanted to see truly how stacked I had become already. So, after adjusting my settings, it's safe to say I'm pretty stacked. And after my nether portal lit up, in I went. And I got a pretty bad spawn on a floating island, but that was no problem at all, because I can just bridge my way to civilization. After a while of bridging, I eventually found myself taking a leap of faith towards the warped forest. It didn't take long to collect my pearls too, because after only 2 endermen I had 27 pearls, and somehow there was a nether fortress just nearby too. That was pretty lucky. Using the pearls, I entered the fortress. Using my pearls, I entered the fortress, this time without falling, and after collecting a few more blocks, I made my way up into the main area of the fortress. It was here when I encountered some wither skeletons, but I could one-tap them all, and hey, I even got a wither skeleton skull. And after seeing a singular stray blaze in the distance, and inevitably killing it, I had all of the blaze rods I would need, but my worst enemy, the ghast. Because of my knockback bazillion axe, the fireballs would be deflected faster than the speed of light, which made it virtually impossible to aim it perfectly back at the ghast. So, I did what I do best. I ran away, of course, and I came across a blaze spawner with a random blaze, which gave me tons of blaze rods that I didn't even need, so I knew I had to get out of here. But before I do that, I wanted to get my hands on 3 wither skeleton skulls. And after getting all 3, you guessed it, soul sand time. This was worth the 7 inventory slots, right? Anyway, the game plan was on, and I was ready to head back into the overworld. I had my pearls, I had my rods, and I had a dream. That was if I could find my portal, which eventually I did. And back in the overworld, I was unsure on what I should do. But I figured that cleaning out the useless items from my inventory would be a pretty good place to start, so that's exactly what I did. And once I'd done that, I used the rods and the pearls to craft Eyes of Ender, which sent me back into the same forest that I just ran out of. Whilst on my travels, I shot a chicken and watched the carcass fly into the night sky. And eventually I came across another village, where I made another pivotal mistake, thinking that I could one-tap an iron golem, and also thinking my armour was stronger than it actually was. This experience was definitely a wake-up call, telling me that the Ender Dragon fight wouldn't be as easy as I thought, but my armour would keep on getting stronger every second, and I could keep on journeying on. Honestly, it felt like hours of exploring, and the Eye of Ender still travelled in the same direction as always, so I just kept on going that way, and hoped it would be very, very close. This experience happened time and time again, and I was becoming a little impatient with the amount of time I had been travelling for this stronghold. But all of that didn't really matter when I found a ruined portal, which obviously contained a bunch of junk, but hey, at least my stone pickaxe can insta-mine obsidian, so that's pretty cool. I don't know why I mined out the entire portal, but anyway, back to the Eyes of Ender, and you guessed it, in the exact same direction as before. So, onwards I went, using a few spare pearls to speed up the process a little bit more than before. And finally, the eye travelled in a different direction, but unfortunately broke. Just my luck. And eventually I found the right spot, only taking me 62.5 years. Down I went, making sure not to take too much fall damage, and I ended up in a cave without the stronghold. So, after throwing an eye of ender, I decided to do some mining around. It had to be somewhere nearby, and eventually I would find it. And this theory actually proved right, because soon enough, I found the stronghold. There was not much point looting the weak Power 3 books, because my tools were already Power 3 trillion, or something like that, so I'd be okay. But for some reason I decided to loot them anyway. Honestly, I have no clue why. And this iron gear was useless thanks to Curse of Binding. Quicker than expected, I found the stronghold portal. And it was a 3-eye, which was pretty cool to be honest. And after placing in all of the eyes and making sure my inventory was fully ready for the end, it was only then when I decided to jump in. I had entered the end. Bridging wasn't too much of an issue, and mining blocks was so fast that I was soon able to be on the main part of the end island in no time at all. I wanted to stock up on some pearls, so I killed an enderman, which dropped 2 stacks of pearls. A little overkill if you ask me. And my next job was to take out the crystals. I missed a few shots, but overall I was pretty consistent with hitting the target. So I was quite impressed with my aim, to be honest. And it was then when the dragon perched. I got myself in position and I was ready to hit the dragon, but before I could do that I got launched into the air. I'm glad I got those pearls. A bow was a strong weapon against the dragon, especially considering the power level of my bow at the time, and I hit a ton of shots that I didn't think I'd hit. And as the dragon perched, I was ready to strike. But my thorns just took it out. A bit of an anticlimactic way to kill the dragon. But the video isn't over yet. After getting the dragon egg, it was time to live the dream. Do you know what time it is? It's wither time. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And that's the wither. How many hits will it take to kill the wither? Let me know in the comments below. It only took a few shots. I messed up slightly by staying close to the wither, but after healing up, it only took a few shots until the wither went into wither armor mode. Because my bow dealt about a quarter of the wither's health per shot. But it only took one swing of the axe to send him flying away. But I couldn't see the nether star, so I ran around the end island to find it. And eventually, I found it laying on the floor in the middle of nowhere. And there it was. Only one thing left for me to do now. And this was burning the ender dragon and the nether star to a crisp. Nice. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, but let's see how stacked my items got. Yeah, they're pretty insane. As expected though. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.